So as America say Badwam on Adom TV, multi TV, so yeah, the questions you answer as so team near Bonko Bokamasa. The GDC also I crowd say over Juno my Ghana, the Brebe my Hokwa and the Timmy Edisa and Komono. Happy birthday and Komayoa 05 Iowa multimedia and say yeah, happy birthday. And then Roselda Oforibedu also Fairview Court Kumasi. Ona managers also and with the happy birthday sunko enko enfama. Ya trans you see the one dia culture co toothpaste adaroma on the day body training jebidia kesi enia abefo kwan so ye dey brain say yemfam policy. In fact the best because obeka ya tete no ye ne didi djuma anu no ana ne yom dia fa afidie mu ana eboa me ye sinya ahoden sunko na cancer if you know but kama. Is another quality product from Samara Company Limited, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Namasaka says St. Andrews for Egusu. St. Andrews SHS, honestly, Akwenya Dawaso Betimi, Erua Sukumu, na wako SHS 1. Intianedio Mokanso ono Krabatani Biwo, a new Dubiasi, Dunka Onofi, Mankasim, Shama, Anasefi, Asalminesu. So show on so no anymore just in terms of results I'm saying yakwensi enti yakwensi there Mr. Bomodiana only one in Bedinkitown St. Andrews SHS offer more 0244696911 and 0207891004. Now Masaka said the countdown to the new patriotic party or more flag bearership contest. And of course, your election headquarters, Kokromoti Power, the Ebekosubia Ebebro, Meminda as a no 9 years a young common as a copy say, on into in Abeba Nevi no, Tia say, we be no more trade Ebebono and I before the say, Yehu, the Obeye Franca Tuni, ama the new patriotic party out Okushia. His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama, the vice presidential candidate in there, they be this accommodation. But maybe, if you care to know, also names are Abba Up, amongst them tallest one, Almighty Napo, Anafi, Yemami Eslausu, and then the Education Minister, Doctor, forgive me, I'm sorry, we didn't know Dr. Yao Oseduchum, thank you. Yao Oseduchum. And then the majority leader, Chairman Sabosu, Deputy Speaker, Pekwai Usu.
Joseph
Oseusu. Joyce, Onosudin Abba Up. And then the surprise amongst them is our current Chief of Staff, Yemami Frame Up.
And I'm going to on listen if you know why amendment and I still won't.
No, everything is intact. Frame Up, so you're part of it. With the NDC, it's tilting towards maintain our dear mother, Auntie Jane, the likelihood to be a partner. His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama, very high to say. And Kobana said the next potential first name Bako Eminu, Julius Deborah, and then Eric Opoku are for this year Omunina potentials. And other names in there for now, they have to be at where they are. But these are the names and also ADA or the National Democratic Congress, Julius Deborah, and then Eric Opoku. But the likelihood still maintain Jane Nano Opoku very, very high. So anyway, the contest between two key front people, i.e. Kennedy Akompre Japan, and then Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. These two great personalities, with no disrespect to the other personalities, Adai Nimo, Anafi, former Greek Minister Dr. Akutefri, one also can raise.
I don't still
Those commentaries are very unfair. Also, can the office number to that effect?
Say we are free.
No, we're a lawyer. So we're a lawyer. Your words are very, very useful.
Oh, me say.
Now maybe you are putting it right.
And
by no that condition and now castle. Because I mean, I signed it here and Kakrata Babon.
And I'm just a maintaining.
Mousia Denny Munka.
Well, not coming on TV.
But also TVs were on TV3, yeah.
That team, I died in Hunenra, send on low TVs.
You don't believe in Akutu, why?
Now, why would you believe in Akutu?
Of course.
Okay.
Why? What is your challenge with Akutu's candidate?
Many challenge, but some on gas of president.
No, which way?
What's up leader of the MPP? They are two different things altogether. Don't mix the two. We are leader of the MPP, when you're president of Ghana. He said he wants to be leader of the MPP. We want to lead the MPP.
You are taking him out of context.
I am not taking anybody out of context. So out of context.
Then okay.
Also leader of the MPP. And some with me.
That's the point. No, without being a leader of the MPP, how do you become?
Yes.
Headmaster Metuasin Council. Question was very specific. Why do you want to be president? Why do you want to be morning show host for Adom Badwam?
Beyond the
why do you want to be morning show host for Adom Badwam? Question is specific.
You are saying we have moved beyond where flag brand Ebusa.
That was the question from the gentleman. No colleague in Asma.
There be no also journalists and say also Busan say
the journalists didn't call for education council. We said specific question. I didn't know about by morning show host for multimedia. I was say I've been some program in Baba, is it the same? They are not the same. So he wants to be leader for the MPP, not president of Ghana. What does it?
Okay, so quickly, man, kind Krata is free NDC Honum Abba. These are two lawyers, senior one and a new esquire, part of us, member of parliament for Tafo.
The
NDC has noted with disgust the report of the Office of Special Prosecutor on the investigation into alleged commission of corruption and corruption-related offences involving former Deputy Finance Minister Charles Edouboy. The conclusion by the OSP at paragraphs 7.1 of the said report that though the conduct of Mr. Edouboy amounts to trading in influence or influence peddling, which is closely associated with corruption, there is no actual criminal prohibition of its acts in its respect of which the OSP has a mandate to further act is totally flawed and misconceived. Having forensically verified the audio-visual recording adduced by Tiger Eye PI as a true reflection of the events represented thereon, and having conclusively established that Charles Edouboy indeed demanded a bribe of 20% of the value of the initial investment on or an upfront payment of 10% of the value of the proposed investment and post-investment sharing of the proceeds of the same from undercover agents of Tiger PI who was posing as a businessman interested in investing in Ghana. It is totally unacceptable for the OSP to have concluded that Charles Edouboy is not guilty of a crime. For the avoidance of doubt, Charles Edouboy's conduct, as captured in the Galamsey economy documentary of Tiger Eye PI, clearly amounts to the offense of extortion as provided under Section 247 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960 at 29, as amended, which provides follows. Explanation to extortion. A public officer commits extortion who, under color of office, demands or obtains from a person, whether from public purposes or for personal gain, or for any other person money or valuable consideration which the public officer knows is not lawfully authorized, or at a time at which the public officer knows is not lawfully authorized to demand or to obtain that money or valuable consideration. The report smacks of a cover-up and has the potential to dampen public confidence in the office of the Special Prosecutor if not reviewed immediately. The conduct of Charles Edouboy constitutes corruption of monumental proportions and must not go unpunished. We wish to serve notice that the next NDC government shall institute criminal investigations into this matter with the objective of prosecuting all those found culpable. Until then, we urge the Ghanaian public to treat this report with the contempt it deserves and demand a total reversal of this disappointing decision of the OSP. And it's signed, Sami Jemfi Esquire, National Communications Officer for the NDC. Lawyer Chum Berima. Well, my lawyer, as well.
Because Sami Jemfi Pan is do it. Or a lawyer more. I'm shocked.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
And they said, Assemba.
I am shocked.
And why are you shocked when you bed?
As one you're shocked.
Oh, when you bed, you are can. Why shock? I am so I shock. And I said the colleague in I mean, I branch a good Democrat.
Former deputy.
No, Minister of State. So, okay. Or is it a bit above the deputy minister? It is you can say.
But just put on your professional cap. You think that is normal for some of this? Just put it in.
Okay, so you see, you're showing from since our legal matters are booming, you're showing from that context. May of course be now your friend political leadership. Now in it, you define corruption. One of the definitions of corruption said by or cited by World Bank. This is your definition. Like with the permission of mankind, or say it defines corruption as a misuse of entrusted power for private benefits. Misuse of entrusted power. Ghanaians, through the constitution, have entrusted our power into the president, and that power need be upon kakra ebedi Charles Adubu Ahinsam. You have entrusted our power in him to serve us as a minister of state at the finance ministry. Or say this benefit could be money, power, or status. Corruption can be described as a situation whereby government officials and private economic agents allow personal and narrow interest to override considerations of larger public good. Override the considerations of larger public good. Nti ade anka beba Ghana fo nyina hunu so mfaso nya so mfaso na sebita frache o nipa ba akofo bi me nkan sempo otu like selfish interest nti abedi wono nko aho se ade na ka bebo ye nyina no abono nko aho. Let's bring it into comparisons. Ade na Charles Adubu Ahiye kakra ye hunu TV so ayi kire yan ayi na hwe bi ni kire se emrantie bi a na se opening bi a no peso bibie anyuma o kurom ha enu ko di ahia na obusa no akwankyere mpanin so busa fo nyina kwan nti se oho obakurum no busa mani akwankyere nkonya bone to obusa na kwan botuma fa so establish bank among other things me kai bra na samba me better ha ya forgotten nipa na me ne wa okay one of your deputy communication directors me kind dim for tuntum bisa one na me ne wa that day akosinsia na tiajo me ka kira akosinsia se o kyere kwan amobia hunu kwan fa so bebie bank na se nyima hodo na enye bone so what I say anyaboni anya bia no mfa so be the bank my finance minister and most banks are including the bank the mother of all banks the Bank of Ghana there's a finance minister so what I say in the deputy a minister of state owo ho e wo busa na kwankyera onyira kwan ne kwan so ano ne mom ne ma bi di akire private game bi di akire. In the video we saw that the gentleman took about $40,000 for shopping. 40,000 USD for shopping. For that time because another dollar near say 8 cedis you can put on check. For multiply by the 40,000. The risk can be on non quantity so the shopping. And so how? Omo no din komot tre ni ma bia sika bia inform to dia de odi akoma vice president at appearance fee odi be ni say do be ni say. Obi be kan say say o kan yes wa anye. O kan on law na wa o kan on extortion or say where you make a demand or you obtain. So there are two different things. Demand is a maka, some in money. Obtaining is how they want me.
So the montu ni na papa.
But in the video, did he demand? The answer is yes, he made a demand. Even though it was not given. But he made a demand. He even demanded for the vice president, saying, "Come on, be." How on earth can you then say there's nothing wrong with this act? And that they just influence person. Influence person in any case is criminal. Just like in our laws is not stipulated. But it's criminal in other jurisdictions. Check it.
But specifically to what is pertaining here.
Oh,
and
I'm making sense.
Probably should be like I say.
Oh my, say no, something me can. So I have my mother says.
But say no the fiança.
Once I go left, I will definitely give you the right. So I went left and I gave you the right to say, oh, how do you say it here? Okay, this I was with that, but the me I can see say, say no put now was on mama the definition for corruption. And my breaking down, linking in some to it. It's so. My son do about the same law as I cited in his letter and so. And so, did he make demand in the video? What one can say? Did Charles Adom never, or did he not make any demand in the video? Did he or did he not? If he did, then it's not against the law. A demand can be made, and the person can refuse to give it to you or can delay in giving it to you. Okay? He can delay in giving it to you or he can even refuse to give it to you. But in the nutshell, you have made a demand. The other thing is whether or not you have it or you did not get it. So what I say? And you know, we can't just turn a blind eye onto this and make it look like, oh, and actually, you see, I don't think the corruption yet mean to us. Anytime somebody do obi be bibia, one man ni su any aseven no eyabiano man enmunyam kofom. Na ya betrans na ya ma ya fran ntoma foforo. Na ya policy na ya fe. Nti e boni o. Na se ya mabon na be sese papa. Na fe ya be okay. Nti badi we bi no wo koye bia ya nka. Okay? Enye de di kan ni enye de to so mi ni. Serve anase sam yi ni ho ahon achi even justices of our courts. And some of them were dismissed. And I'm on Chrono as well. Some of the judges were dismissed. You know, you be who come, you be. I didn't think about the politicians. So then, the man says, where the end say no way is and way is. Well, what you would mean can't tell me that Sassadi video out should be a well in the course, wouldn't make them say at Papa. But why would you Mrano? One out to me for never be two for sending the food and this. Oh, no, two for me and the woman said, more minimum Mrano. Mona Moya said, yeah, they say a baby in the agable. Come and put me in the din. On penny badia could not catch one many would be him as a mayan trap, a banyachi and tree upon her apostle. Young Yanko Tafu can say was a citizen man, yes, but it Yanko Tafu, lawyer Vincent Ecoasi for so Becca, this are more old Tafu. I'm sure you know the deal already. And it was a Casakas here. We know here, they are worth it. To represent us in the August House, already development. I for the Miamicrum. How do I need the Yamus when you're well face of Mimus already? I for the Miamicrum. Lawyer, we wish you well. We know said they will re-elect. Now what you are representing. I'm more than the money. Somebody they offered. I feel on better. Okay. All right. But just ensure that Boma constituency is very relevant to you. It's very important. And the Nippon wouldn't have the answer move for Nimpompa. I would say. Oh,
fantastic man. Okay.
Like the careful we
Senior, my mini cancer here out for consistency for na some be fi hache. Manager say masaba. And maybe a twemu na what you crampo twemu member fi ha be empem no na say empem yensa. Papa. Na so addition dey see kakra ba ya saba. Omahene, obusa me nua question back. O say put on your professional cap. Meaning, you are kind one camera back or why propaganda. And I will tell you why. Mechanic natural. She could define what corruption is from World Bank. Is World Bank Ghana? Debbie. What who the nyabo chebeba? World Bank is not Ghana. Absolutely. No money be amok say oh yeah, yes, but World Bank is not Ghana. But yeah, mbra no say diama best intimeba. Okoshe the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Oshe Article 19 Clause 11. And only under the Chapter 5 of the 1992 Constitution. The Constitution they say the Constitution say any law, my stating very clearly so that the Ghanaian people will understand what I mean. Article 19:11 say no person shall be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and the penalty for it is prescribed in a written law. Ghana. Clear, it's a constitutional mandate. Inti So some all kind from corruption from World Bank now. Where is it in Ghana?
No, but
it is not.
No, to extortion.
Sina, hold on. I'll come there.
Yeah, okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. Uye no. Ana make a choice Sami Jenfi obi oye mranimfo. Na wakwa sign sa statement we no. Me dwen ho amenti ase because you can say extortion. It is not only about obtaining or demanding. It will have to be done through force or threat. And I can just give you yes. And to a simple Google of what extortion is. It defining extortion to mean say the practice of obtaining something, especially money, through force or threat, not just obtaining it.
One farmer,
yes, through force or threat. And nuntina, the OSP ekase, sisi ana yekase, emrebie ni wa adia Charles Adom here no. You bet to me the akwasha the kitten if we say it is against the 1992 Constitution, which is Article 1911, that any law be an also be our bet charging so your boni biano. They say emrasha say we a boni and the penalty so day. That is number one. Number two, the Criminal Offences Act. You will be a friend intent. Section 11 of the Criminal Offences Act, Act 29, intent. Intent alone is not an offense per se. And lawyer name. And you can say, so or say the professional kappa and can small kind and day onka. There is a clear distinction, a very clear distinction between legality and morality. Senior, legality and morality. Morality, no. Also, all your jurisprudence. Yes, all your jurisprudence. If it be natural law and all that. Natural law just say the nyankopon dia dey e dia maye. You inherit as a people. So deal with the bone. And we know be the natural law say that bone. But yanchewa, no law can come after you. And the question is, Adia Charles Bisu Charles Adom here, you know, is it right or wrong? In my personal observation and estimation, and yadepa, and I'll condemn it any day. What I say, I'll condemn it on any day. Say yadepa, but. Say I don't know and say influence peddling no. Say bit me aso no kon and bit me aso the pan.
Just because of influence.
It is not possible under our laws. And unta me can say ubusa no say show professional cap. Are you saying senior that say AGBR the extortion way and necessary way court say extortion na obesa sidia na? Absolutely not. If I'm a judge I will not even look at this because it will have to be by way of force. Video na me share no. Me hunu anywhere Charles Adom here catch almost say a one farmer me may say in fact Charles Adom was not initially ready so kwakushi no. He later gave in to meet them in Dubai after in fact it was a detour making here at the time I know course Singapore for a national program enti enye boni under our laws and influence peddling enye boni under our laws in any way nemum no. For us to be able to deal with corruption, I will support the call that morally, and not the power. And as I dear Charles Adom here, and the power, or so. We will never support this. The New Patriotic Party and support the idea or no. You say idea or no, say to corruption power krum hanoma. You're very wrong because integrity. Senior, say unko na show them now integrity, I will integrity. What you say? Indeed, for a true test of obio integrity, no, and then when there's no camera on you, which Charles Adom has failed, which we will condemn it. We will condemn it. The New Patriotic Party is not in support, and we condemn it any day. We will condemn it. And yadepa, ne ya fasa akunye so, ne asre obio ye amanyoni anaso be a politician. And you see, senior, that is why I make a bit of a detour. I have worked with the Ministry of Education. Yeka say baby akrono wo ana say katashese wa it is not necessarily the politicians. You question the auditor general's report. How many and now who say yeka say there is corruption who say politicians. Look at our agencies. The country is rotten and sometimes I feel hurt as a young man because there's no future because it is not president and as a minister and as a the main cancer also corruption but as a state You now also need to be back together for us to be able to fight this canker. You can find some of these directors at the ministry. Trust me. The kind of property some of them have made. No, because as a civil servant, how much is your salary? Where did you make all these monies from? Yet the politician, because me MP, when we are talking about corruption, they will be pointing fingers at you. Meanwhile, as a member of parliament, me will be a contract. I am just in parliament. I made a meshemra. But people will be pointing fingers at us. See, and they are corrupt. Whilst we allow, which I will charge the media, senior we should be able to tackle this issue with respect to corruption. Free and now for the our societal fabric, the morality of our societal fabric, to see how best it may deal with corruption. Because senior, even in the next 50 years, from what I see, we are going nowhere.
All right. My name is Officer because of that. So you're okay with it.
That meant me okay, sir.
Oh, we don't know the tech.
Oh,
and I take a credit.
When I gave the definition from
World Bank definition.
World Bank, or no one in bad with him, say, even where judges are writing their judgments, and they get to certain words that they need certain explanations, you see them citing other definitions. Some can be, academic, be a law lecture, be a definition to a particular thing.
That is where there's no definition in our laws. It's a purposive interpretation by the Interpretation Act.
Hold on. I understand the law very well. The letter that you read gave you the explanation in the law of Ghana, Act 29, what extortion means. And the law was say, let me read again. Explanation section 247. Explanation as to extortion. In extortion in simple terms.
A public officer commits extortion.
Okay.
Who under color of office.
Of his office.
Demands or obtains
Correct.
from a person. Whether for public purposes or for personal gain.
Whether for purposes of for himself or any other person, any money or valuable consideration which he knows that he is not lawfully authorized to demand or obtain at a time at which he knows that he is not lawfully authorized to demand or obtain the same. It didn't talk about anything force. So force hold on. Force now we see from Google definition. Google explanation. And they say, "Obi use force." I can demand something from you without using force. I can make a demand from you without using force. So it's not always the case that demands are made from force or through force. No. All right. Adubuahi's actions or whatever he was doing there, he was not using any force. He was in a very, relaxed mood.
Environment.
Correct. I know what's wrong. Now, me minister of state, vice president. Who am I to? I mami koko tu event them we dey mami borrow for who mama I make us me told you about any mami what I say. So whatever we are saying is in context of the law.
Okay.
His actions is in context of the law. We have cited extortion and the definition of the extortion law no dey amaye no okay kesi na asem na ni a ene na and so be any.
Okay, so you move on. You are member of parliament for Tafo, Old Tafo. Your party maybe that we move to see Akai. Lawyer Chumberry, so Utinachi, now Ojibre, the Casa Copy.
Oh, many problem.
Often could see nine, then Comula break the brand. Now, if you are called Adamates. No, only if you can't win. It's in your interest.
What do you can say? So far,
nobody saying, maybe I come on.
Senior,
also what Dr. Baumia?
Now, come to the room. I'll be before. You must ask a question. No, one line.
No. Some have declared for Akuta free. Some have declared for Adom. Some have declared for. I think
one day I declare for Akuta free.
Mami or Central, a former gender minister or
Cynthia Morrison.
Yeah, so no Ken and
that's what I'm saying.
Cynthia Morrison, I don't know regional minister or something.
Former gender minister.
No agenda. COVID time.
Okay.
Oh, there are.
Also,
or Ken.
Second, they would mean be now woman can disobey support.
Or the men draw conclusions.
Oh, now what's the annoying you make a woman? Me and I am to Honora. I didn't win so behind. Make us out of the
Edda Memenida, party no, Ejina Kono, Mensem no mechanism no, Bako, ever for baby a meninji no Mabaku Minubia Esihu, as a party. Didi Kaino, party no, she say mono, or share the constitution of the party. A ma kunya say obia opeso den ho ba for de edema party no a bra party be bie say presidential elections ebeba so no obetumi a contest eno no e party no mra na ayedai ama wa kunya so obetumi ayesa. That is an aspect of the constitution of the party. Ebio no party na mra so sa show say obia obetumi a contest sa elections no. There's one cardinal thing I also would be satisfied. Integrity and good character, which is very necessary. We understand no way harming because that is the only party we have. And those who are going to be affected very much, it's a party way ebutua, read the young ones. So I am interested in charging the party leadership to make sure that the right thing is done. And apart from party leadership, no, obi oye panyini bia nso party be hunu ni say ubeja wachi ye eja ma chirima. Enti wuntimi nka say document ba ko no we mafa na emumade we de menye de memfa. There's a Scottish law I friend no, the doctrine of approbation and reprobation. Yeah. It's a legal jurisprudence. So you cannot approbate and reprobate at the same time. Yes. So one aspect what me say we Majiatu. Oh, we
you can do cherry picking. I mean, all father of
absolutely, you cannot do cherry picking. Into one to me as a party now, my client say, co contest. Name party now, what shows also we be a loyal with good character and integrity. So even in some other cano, after party, no, I get very critical. Unfortunately, we have allowed some of these comments to go on. My party, so young, I have me as a young man, which I think that the party leadership should elect to deal with some of this. But now it's too late. But even after the elections, a day going forward, say the Bayer party, no, and also be or what party, no, yen to also any side way about the party because the party is bigger than all of us. Well, say we a member of parliament. Well, to me, found home, electoral commission said be MP. It is the party that sponsors you because the party is bigger than you. Inti economy can be brave. The mechanic said the party leadership. The only party we have is the New Patriotic Party. And they all catch them say New Patriotic Party. Tafo me ko jina ho amenye sure say be uka so independent say Vincent. Dey ntina wo ye beto abama without the New Patriotic Party. That is the party that they know. And me ka in someone mebruni bi kachre me any omo moti achi nso kachre which they are not happy about and we need to deal with that. Number 2, Eda Memnendano. We have over 200,000 people in Ekoto Sabe. Now, so 200,000 people, no. I am just hoping because the near 900 and something, it was largely peaceful. But this is not 900 people. We are talking about 200,000 people. There will be disagreements here and there. People will have to agree to disagree and all that. I bet to me the problems kakraba, but I know that the party is doing its best to make sure, say to me, I have any challenge and I say any security issues. I bet to me about on Saturday. Yentia say, Obia or Babia or person in normal fa, and also person the decision fa. And let me make this point. Senior, we've shared the history of this party. This is the first time. Never before has it ever happened that the party is united in supporting a candidate at first instance. A candidate who elect to be a presidential candidate at first instance. Because J. Kufuor in 1996 contested. He was not supported. It was in 1998. And Sana party, Ebeka said, okay, unanimously, you support him. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo contested with J. Akufo in 1998. He was not supported. It was in 2007 that the party unanimously said, say, we will take you and make you the presidential candidate. It is only Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who the signs are very clear. We be able to see the, but the signs are so clear that the party unanimously would want to bring Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to face the 2024 elections. Nobody can stop it. But if you want to stop it as a human being, you have to do so, or you have to do that by way of the tenets of the constitution of the New Patriotic Party. In the end, as I said, that is his star, and I said the time now. So I have no doubt in my mind, said the over 200,000 people on September, no, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will have less than 70%. Obi onim Otafo, not less than 70%. Obi onim Otafo be abekatro. Otafo is not the place whereby you can say on any day say koto aba. So the Alan ejina ha na so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ejina ha say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia betumi awini. No. The history doesn't support that. But even before Alan pulled out, the atmosphere has changed that Otafo was in support of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now I was shocked. And people were saying, oh, Vincent, you ain't painting our influence. No. You cannot put everybody in your pocket. That is why I'm saying, say, the party is speaking, the grassroots is speaking. Never before have we had such a support for a candidate or making the first instance or first approach to be the torchbearer of the New Patriotic Party. Never before. But we have to come back together at the table as one people to forge forward to win the 2024 elections. That is what me hear me. Senior me ti way adwuma bebre ba me be your Ministry of Education. Me bumfui. Ba I say me MP ba ya ma me hwe. Me bumfui. The only hope I want to say the party should be able to break the eight. That is why I speak sometimes passionately about some of the things that happen because a lot of people are looking up to the party to be able to make sure say what happened in Nigeria should be able to happen here because it's possible. The promises that you gave to the people that at a point in time in our lives there were about 100,000 of our young men and young women and almost because of poverty. Today, 100,000 multiplied by 7 years, we are talking about 700,000 people per the data and Ministry of Education. Because of poverty. That is a political decision as senior. It needs to be continued. It has not been enshrined in our constitution. And this NDC board we review it as they want to review it. The teacher training allowances, which in 2016, almost pressure by almost review now, they had to backtrack. When they are comfortable, it is likely that the teacher training allowance, the NDC will say we are also reviewing it. When they are comfortable, it is likely that the nursing training allowances, because comfortability now make an say, His Excellency JM, Onya be president power 4 years, only Ghana need be any tracker because on some home day, MS so he will be comfortable to do the things already or pay. So at the time one no jina konumpo ka so teacher training allowances mu. Na afia obedia oni your friend say oni Ghana for ni tracker bia. I mean those are some of the policies I think that the NDC Edibaba. And so I am urging the Ghanaian people, especially the New Patriotic Party, from now to September, to conduct ourselves very well to make sure say that is the only party we have. Oko now kotuaba just give a distance, maybe 50 meters or 100 meters away, and just watch so and let's make sure
the Mula time game park. Yenkuti omumbra wanyano 9 abanyane 12 wanyane 12 abanyane 6 yekwaba. So I'm say Mamenka say lawyer Chumberima Atlas so na a lawyer a Vincent Echo as if one so Atlas member of parliament Otafo. So
Otafo na etu nti a me
enye Kumasi Otafo
na no so
is the any old
no no say otu say you old and
Otafo
new side minim and ya kwantumi ne hono ehia na hono any Otafo.
Okay. So lawyer Chum Berima so the munim na me catch your posting akwa lawyer. Now, face was a special assistant for Nipa teacher or Ghana, John Otechro or any consultancy. I say, oh, yeah, Mitchell, Obama, NDC Korea, Konya, but yes, obey lead person here. Or more bush, one of the president, When you patrol, you say no. Can't confuse me.
I mean, I'm going to
Eti eko patrol wrap up on the more about to have a
yes, inti nyame adomo da memenda me meko constituency na anadwi.
Okay.
Na ma ko here to
MP biabo the constituency.
Yes, because we are voting the constituency. That's the polling station.
So okofwa so says be omutuma mesia no be.
I said making send no buga na making.
Oh, there be so me MP to also
be dey buga se wo kan ya.
Ye beko na ya kwakọ ye ntoto ye na dia ma party so there be bibia betumi.
So we say Ashanti region there. Make us say Kennedy Japan ni adai ni money area akoto. Oh de omu nyina ya omu adwene say ombeji aba no bebre wo hono. Holiday, I'm telling you. Holiday, omu nyina ya omu adwene say omu de omu ho odin ni omu adaje ni omu sika. Ebe kwa ko gina ho.
But men kenya mi adwen nzra.
Ka de nya make chine.
Na mi adwen mu de akoto ni adani mu bebre.
Ken de omre.
Obetuma bibi kakra.
Nti o say
na ka ho na de
prophet can police ni lawyer no.
Dem de fa no tuntum na so.
Okay, let's go kaka baka go.
Oh my ye de ye de. Ye de no so asomdwe mboko. Ye to central it was decentralized omo de so omo ye ni yai. Constituency bi ato no de. I was assigned in the Eastern region and I'm Excellency Victor Smith. I knew that no one team on a monitoring on our day. Bibia Komoko police force did very well. They did very well. I will commend them because baby Bia Meko Biano, the kind of discipline and all my still on. Now I know what the necessary bit of be because when the Sebi was a movie. I'm expecting that when one should they will do the same thing. And the various centers now, the CC now you man for any papa anyone when it business because of the anymore. We are before studio cry on the baho. I become there. I be yet to trust them. Tebesre, IGP new one way there, or no soon come over over my team or ma, or maybe name be able to not to what. Utin for cancer beach level. I hope so betty. I say, woman quay nipa Ghana for pay, nipa baby for pay. But obviously, Marco Unipa MB before pay, and yet they're gonna for pay. So, I channel.
Says who?
Oh, and not someone I'm okay about Monday. I mean, Mahakama, would not see Wednesday in Shawaya. Amongst them, no, they're not gonna for pay. Oh, well, let me just speak on two things. One year, some media for year be at TSC Chrome and a Ghana phone building, but you see them on other social media platforms. I mean, they don't compare. One year NDC MPP. They only limit themselves to MPP, Ken, and then the rest. Yeah. Mine, I'm of Ghana for. And most of the videos I'm running in India, you hear people calling on the name of Ken. And you go to Punamati Major. One station, why is that the more power? Pardon me to mention their name. Kumasi station be the event or TV. Yeah. Why you do one crime? Why you do Kumasi several areas? Doom Kejetia, Abuabo area, Hornet. Why you do beside the ordinary people on the street are women delegates for Madrid. So women delegates, then I will say they are the Ghanaians that you are talking about. That's what I say. Very good. Into 1 minute, if I'm to go by it, I can say, so women don't want keep saying, say, they want to lead the MPP, not any other person among the four. But obviously, the BBI just on back with the MPP before pen. The answer the MPP before pen, and I'm to me. Because I never bought my and the attraction was on back with the MPP before pen at the Abba. A year, no, we had one member then. I also said, okay, be I check I be on so no more today. Not a jay boy, then I be do. But what not to I never come and say, I dear him Cassia power, a brown, I do if I say, there was lack of discipline. National executives of the MPP named me and instill discipline among their people. And the penny idea, I didn't know. Ebenezer Mine. You saw key regional leaders or regional executives coming out to declare their support for particular people. I mean, we said them say entry. Didn't entry in the same. So we are regional chairman, regional secretary, regional organizer, regional whatever. So any of this can decimal be about region anymore. They will consult you. They will inform you. They have to go through you to get there. na say na what take you side no anye bi anti oba na say mu bi di kan kasa mo ansa na mo kasa obeye na wo ya obeye no say what I say. So I think that they should have brought out some guidelines to ensure that these officers wouldn't be engaging themselves in these activities. And you have a braba utie Alan at time what can be before so Kennedy can be instances that regional executives are more or less stampeding their ways. And what? So going forward, no way they be saying yes, but next time, they should make sure that they will instill discipline among their people. Na obi executive one san getting themselves involved in the key activities in the course. Dinanchen ne play with the brand control there. How we delegate what to be. Okay. But don't openly declare for somebody and be supporting someone in that man and now be this time round. My last point here, sir. Vincent Kasembi say
na MPP asa no wani abe kasa.
MPP asa no kwa kan. What say? Na me Adom mod the policy abama nipa na wo se bi otafra mo ye hiafo and wo mu nyina through your policy no more or less hiasem na perform say wo mu nyina tumi assess certain things that they couldn't have afforded in the past. Mama no just one word bi pena yefim we say extreme poverty has increased among Ghanaians. World Bank country director dated 20th October 2023 and
senior we are a comparative analysis.
Hold on now.
Senior, before you even go on, a comparative analysis.
And then no,
many problem. No,
extreme poverty. And the poverty extreme. So.
Do you know what that means?
If your argument is that you have taken people out of poverty, you have rather made it worse now.
So, yeah, Brennan, I want us to wrap up on the electoral commission for normally released by.
But senior, comparative analysis. Yes, the TLS. You will be a fairness superlative or said the end.
Yeah, compare the end.
Then make a choice. Say Ghana ni ordinarily. Also, ordinary school. Also, to about 2005. Now, Bano, ETS Kanamanwa. What you say? Now, catch them say extreme poverty up because of what World Bank can.
Not because of what.
No, that's okay.
World Bank is making reference to.
Assuming without, it's okay. It's okay, no problem. What do you know what that means? That means say Ghana, Yankutia says Kanamasa and Krofonwa. That report now would have been worse.
Now, when boy worse,
senior, but what's the argument?
Okay,
senior.
So, electoral commission. No, but World Bank did.
Yeah.
Sometimes more party in the crown has that cause to be worried about maybe
yeah.
Likewise the MPP. But we cannot still run away from the fact that they control the system for us. Well, sometimes average. So we also have to take a good look at some of the things that they write about our country.
Or they say about us as well.
No, but even if it's true, but even if it's true,
extreme is hurting.
That's the point.
So recreation of 25 air constituency. Now, just yes, MPP for more percent 20.
I
mean that.
So the electoral commission says that it's not. That's not the case. The attention of the electoral commission has been drawn to a statement in the media to the effect that 25 new constituencies are going to be created ahead of the 2024 general elections. The commission wishes to state that. State for the information of the general public that it is only creating one constituency, which is the Guan constituency in the OT region. The commission has not taken any decision on creating constituencies beyond that of the Guan. We urge the general public to disregard this statement. Michael Boadu, head of public affairs, now acting on the 25 doesn't care outrageous.
10 cry
5 cry.
I mean, but I couldn't we have not been fair to them. Because I mean the country Ghana have not been fair to that 25. Area. No, as I said, Tafo MP na TIE, but one woman MP be our parliament. What does it? It's only so creative be a more money or training my woman to rep our parliament in the next parliament. It's reasonable, it's fair. But we in the media, you any other city be a BMC. This is a country I see in this campaign. The you're chancing, adding them one hour by doing so creative from. One hour sit name will come be on what What means that when you create a call for your maybe
chamber, they say, what you want.
Ekoto, Master, we are not ready for any cost. You're not ready. Yes, on one, so now I don't want to say that they were testing the waters. But even if that was the case, yes, on my trust, young person, but one day, yes, we have not been fair to them, so they deserve it. Yajatu. But no chin, 275 was the same when I enter. Now incoming to 276 and then one. Young Pambo, that's like Bonyo. Yeah, for them this idea, I don't know. Certain people they are to elect somebody.
No, but more for them. That's there. Also, Okaseminti, make out the amount. Those said I said,
oh, that's any so you.
Let me be no continue Braco say.
And I'm so want to, but I know you be away.
But lawyers also power. I just have also power.
No. Who's on one of the first nights? A Tafu Swami.
Yeah,
someone says James Abu. Oh, my Mukran. Tafuna Muna, that one year, and you get to ay. Now the Pancronum made man at Metin, I won't come home. Pancronum
was a small constituency. Okay, a small, but hugely and densely populated.
Okay,
because of nature, a traditional area, so that's it. And to make me Dabako. And Azongo too is very big. And to make me even 20 minutes, I'll go around the whole constituency. What I say, but they're hugely and densely populated. But senior, sir, I do ya and a buyer and a better can once. You can get back can once. And yes, and I'll blame one person. The person that I'll blame is Edward Bauer. Oh, yes, I'll tell you why. Met the parliament. Papa, time I told me who baby Edward Bauer tepa, he was not even on his seat. No, I got trapped on Facebook. And unfortunately, the media also didn't cross-check anything. This is the order paper yesterday. Minim you try to send no and nipa that cross-check. The order paper yesterday, na me to her meshe. Because Betona who's posted I didn't on Facebook, and I had to go and respond to him on Facebook. That what got trust side where you yourself are not, it's not even in parliament. The EC deba parliament, na a majority leader. Na also ole per article 11. Of the 1992 Constitution. Yes, I say easy. Bebano. I say district electoral areas and designation of units into bracket amendment regulation 2023. We Anna Edward Bauer who ya because it was later Anna sa additional order paper for the Guan constituency no. Yes. So it was based on this. Because they say easy for person amend this electoral areas. We say Obama constituency we have 16 electoral areas. So if possible, the numbers in the Kostra, you may have to increase it to maybe 18. So there be able to check some of the electoral areas. This is what the EC sought to do. And Edward Bauer they got to the Facebook, prepared on the media for us. Yeah, they got fired because it was coming from a member of parliament. Meanwhile, he was not even sitting in the chamber. Oh, and that is what he did. EC any dream beer on any fact when he unfortunately, a certain communication from senior members in the back where the EC is even withdrawing. Go on there anyway for now.
Oh no, they can't.
Hold on, I'm just telling you. This is something that is serious. As of yesterday evening, what I said because maybe they want to rework it or something, but there's nothing. Senior, there's nothing like creation of. There has not even been any thought by the Electoral Commission to create any 25 constituencies or whatsoever. It is not part of the thinking.
If there is no thought, now what the Abba? Guan there when I mean the name was even Guan first. Now one Sal, right? Sal coffee those areas.
Akpafu
the Lobine then my call you hold that one easy. What does it say? Woman they deserve to say them say matter can. You know him say the country have not been fair to them, especially the East.
And you know, you can't the
but if that's what the lawyer Vincent Dekwasi said is that
regarding the colleague Canadian.
Oh no, so have it.
No, it's not that type.
Yeah, I'm even surprised.
I can't sit here and condemn it.
No, I'm saying power is not that type. I want to be emphatic on that. It's not that type. So I'll be very surprised. One chassis.
I know Baba very well.
Yeah.
Put at the same line. We're all in the energy ministry.
What a very meticulous.
The Americans said, I don't want to believe
PM.
What's that?
At 1:17 p.m. because then I started Parliament around 1 o'clock.
Are we
just about
serious?
17?
So, let me see.
Just about 17 minutes.
Okay,
then he posted this on his Facebook.
Are we serious? With these economic challenges, we still want to create 24 additional
24. Where is that coming from?
We will resist. Okay, so first,
where is that coming from?
Where's
that coming from?
Emphatic statement.
Because it was the Parliament.
Are
we serious?
Question. Yes, Sampa.
There be no way.
Question. Another question.
Defense lawyer. Oh,
defense advocate.
What was that question? No question.
Oh, lawyer. Well, the madam was you. Some of Sumaji Bramotima TV. Kel Chaco toothpaste for Adaroma. Sanko Moyakoso. And I feel so. A Lucky Herbal and St. Andrews SHS. Maybe your final comments. Have we done well in relation to helping our brothers and sisters at Mepe and Southton? I understand the chief of staff will call Bupe. Any other area?
Even ENRA, Parliament.
I
was part of the Nkofua, a certain press briefing to the Ghanaian people. And Parliament as a whole, per what majority leader said, is considering how Parliament as a both MPP and NDC will be able to support it. Because we feel the pains, and I said the difficulties that our colleague MPs are going through. Because in this instance, everybody is looking up to them, especially their constituents. In Tehana, we say polling station executives and a party for will be calling their MP, which is not easy. In the Parliament as a whole, we want.
What is very worrying is that the spillage, 19,743 school kids displaced in 71 schools in the Greater Accra Eastern Volta regions.
Very well.
Na school now, what am I going to in shop school?
Already,
I mean, and media, dear, here make us a permanent solution to this because and then you try to spillage,
a permanent solution. I hear
so there should be a lasting solution. The next 2025, 2027, the mama yes, I'm not
you make my day with this submission. That's all.
But this Speaker of Parliament also set up an inquiry.
I was even questioning Parliament to inquire into Akosombo Dam.
But Speaker cannot do that. He himself cannot. So much cannot do that. You have to. He will have to wait for an application. So it is a application being free. Floor so Maya. He himself cannot so much to do that. But I mean, say never. Also, but he cannot do that.
Hey, but we don't pay the lawyer Vincent Ekwasifua, member of Parliament for Tafo constituency in the Ashanti region, and a lawyer Chumberima, a consultant, and also a lobbyist, a lawyer, and a
Sir John, ne baba, Obedru Ghana, ne maame no se menchel.
Oh, good, Sir John Baba.
Ne baba, and Tafo bi no. They are saying that they relate to you one way or the other.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they are saying.
Good.
Please be the host for me. My mom just told me that he's related to us.
Hey, we are saying no.
Relation here.
Great areas now.